Yo, what is good and welcome back to the channel. We are back for a brand new video on the expert world, the building world, still looking good. And can we just take a moment to appreciate how good the sky is looking? I mean, I've never seen this before. The sky looking so beautiful. It's so full of color and full of life. Now, anyways, I'm really excited for today's video because I'm going to be talking about a few new things that has been added to the game since 1.4.5 has been released. I know that we are all very excited since it dropped on the 27th of January, and there's loads of content coming out discussing all of the items and all of the new playing functions, and honestly I think this is one of the best updates that we've had in a very long time. Now, the reason that I'm saying this is not necessarily because of all of the new items that have been added to the game. So for those of you who don't know, there are 650 in total that have been added, and I definitely think that the favorite are the new mounts that you can turn into. I've been seeing a lot of hype surrounding this, and I do think it is a very cool addition to the game. But anyways, moving on from that, because that is not actually what I want to discuss in this video. The reason that I think this update is such a good one is because of the quality of life improvements that have been added to the game. It is only a few small things that I think is going to make the actual playing experience much better for the user. So with that being said, let's move on to the first thing that I think has been improved greatly, which is the map that users access, especially the pylon network. So if I head over to the forest pylon that I have over here, the first thing that you're instantly going to see is this line that is connecting all of the different pylons to a network. So it indicates which pylons you have that are working at the moment. Now, I think this is a really good feature since it shows you which pylons are currently active. And, overall, I think it's going to help if you are doing some planning with where you want to build things, where you want to set up your main building sites in each of the biomes with regard to the pylons. And then another thing that I quickly want to show you is that I don't know how many of you zoom in when you use the map. I don't do it, but I've noticed this when I did zoom in earlier this morning. And if you're zoomed in, you can actually click the button over here that shows you where the nearest pylon is, or I guess all of them, so you can navigate between them if you aren't somebody who likes to have the map zoomed out, which I think is absolutely amazing. Now, the last thing that you're going to see when it comes to the map that I want to show you is actually with treasure bags. I'm going to show you in just a moment. But first, it is the spawn point as well. So it actually does show you the spawn point of the world now. And then you should be able to see your own spawn point, which is the bed over here. Because you see, it doesn't show all the beds, so it shows the one where you have set your spawn point. And I've also read on the wiki that apparently when NPCs are walking around on the map, it does show it to you more clearly. There aren't as many bugs or whatever, which I think is also good. But then what I was talking about earlier is that if I drop this treasure bag over here, then I can actually see it on the map, which I'm pretty sure could be useful in some situations. And overall, it's just a good feature. It just adds more to the game. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to show now and be discussing is with the NPCs. When you're talking to the NPCs, especially in the shop, now everybody has seen the new art styles, which I really do like. I think it's great. It looks so good. But what I actually want to focus on is that in the shop, there are a few improvements that have been added. So you can see here the happiness thing shows you that when the NPC is happy, then you're actually going to get a discount. And now it's easier for you to see what is going on. And then what else is pretty cool is that when you are buying something, when you buy something, you can see the coins actually jump to show you that you have spent some money. And I think that this is such a cool feature. Then if we head over to the guide here, we can also see a new addition to the game is the update of the crafting menu. So I think that this rework is a lot better. It looks better. Just the overall feel to the game, it feels so much more user-friendly, and I really do like this. So I actually want to find something that has more options maybe to craft with. See how much better this looks. Instantly, you can just see more clearly, and you see the way that it shows you all of the items that you need is just so much better. Then the next thing that I have read in the wiki is the new banner menu, and it took me a while to get to this because it doesn't actually show you this little icon when you don't have any banners waiting for you. But once you have killed 50 or whatever amount of the mob that is going to drop you the banner, you will see this little red icon appear. It is a banner, and then you get this whole little menu showing you all of your banners. I only have one at the moment. Then once you take it out, you see the banner disappears, and now you actually get the option to place it. It appears in your inventory now. And I'm also pretty sure that the banners themselves have changed. They don't look all that different. I think the zombie one has changed a little bit the hand design looks quite the same, but the way that they're moving, I'm 100% sure this is different. Even the slime banners, I think that the color looks so much better for me now. And these ones that you can craft out of silk also definitely improved, which I think is gonna bring a bit more life to the world, especially in worlds like mine. I really do like to place banners everywhere, and I think that this is gonna make such a big difference the more that you place, you know. So just the little details are here to make them better. Now then, for the next new feature that has been added to the game is actually when it comes to crafting stations. So what has been added is that you can right click on the crafting station and it shows you what can be crafted at that station, obviously, which is normal. But the thing that improves crafting so much is that you can build straight out of the chest. So if I go to the furnace over here and let's say I want to build a crimtane bar, obviously I don't have any of the ores in my inventory. However, when I hover above this, you can see that little 195 next to the actual bar there at the top, which says that I have 195 crimtane ore in my chest, showing me what I can build right out of my chest room. Now, I think that this is going to change things and going to make things interesting, since if you are now planning on building a chest room or a crafting station, you're obviously going to want to build them together. So I think it's going to change your world composition a little bit, but it's definitely functional. It's a good thing, you know. I think it's going to make the game easier for the players. Now, lastly, I'm going to head over to the dungeon in my world because I quickly want to talk about one or two new things that have been added over here. Now, of course, the main thing is the new dungeon entrances, which I cannot show you on this world because I created this world in a different version of the game, so obviously the world isn't actually going to update. But at the end of the video, I'm quickly going to create a new 1.4.5 world and just show you the new dungeon entrances. But the thing that I want to talk about is the new mob that has been added, the librarian skeleton. And this is really cool, so I'm going to be looking for him quickly. I have seen him before, and I think it's just a cool mob. It creates a little pattern, a little spell that it casts when it is attacking you. And overall, I think it's just a good addition to the game, making the dungeon more interesting. Not that the dungeon was lacking at all, but still, it's just a nice update. And there's also the water bolt mimic, which is new. And I have actually fought this at a different stage when I was trying out the game in 1.4.5, and it did drop me the water bolt first try, which I think is really cool. So it makes it easier to get that weapon. Okay, so the dungeon librarian has just spawned in, and see what I mean, it looks really good, this little animation that it does. And it is not necessarily a very strong mob, you see I can easily kill it, but it is really cool. It's a nice addition to the game. And as you can see, I've just gotten a new banner, so I want to show you how you can actually cycle between the different ones that you have. And even when I take this out, the menu doesn't disappear. As you can see here, there's still the little red thing over there. Okay, so here I am on a brand new world that I've just created to come and look at the dungeon. And I'm really impressed. This looks fantastic compared to the old little dungeon. There's so much space here, and the windows really make it look so much better. I like the red, it's got a bit of a spooky feel, and even the green up here. I think the red is better, but I like the leaf design. And I see there's a lot of more pots, I feel like, and books, which I suppose helps you when you're looking for things earlier in the game. Now, these windowsills, since you can actually stand on them, I'm pretty sure that the way that the dungeon is built, it can actually function as an arena for when you want to fight Skeletron without having to build one outside. And that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait until it is night, and I'm going to try and fight Skeletron over here without leaving the arena. Alright, it has finally turned night, and I'm ready to fight the big old Skeletron quickly. And without anything left to do, let's jump into it. Okay, that was pretty easy, and I must say that the dungeon definitely does work as an arena. So if you are fighting Skeletron for the first time as a beginner or whatever, I would say it is not necessary to build a big arena outside. You can just use what you already have inside or put a few of the platforms inside. That might work, but I really do think that this is functional. And further than that, there isn't really anything much left for me to discuss. I don't think down here anything has changed. It looks to be the same. And that is basically it for this video. So I hope that you enjoy it and have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one.